matchups while we were waiting. So no issue at all. And let's go ahead and host your game right now. Victor's ready. So Victor JBE against Ariya. All right, here we go.
So definitely Victor up against it in the top seed for this edition of the Sumo. We've got what used to be a topical line of the Carol Khan. I think it was a topical line like a couple years ago.
Yep. Victor doesn't
I
seem
to remember,
familiar.
yeah. I feel like, are you supposed to play like Bishop D3 there or something? Or
this is a move.
Or
yep.
you're supposed to play Bishop C4 at some point earlier.
I think here White has
Queen. Yeah.
Basically any move like Queen E3, Queen F4, Queen H4. You want Black to work a little harder to trade those queens, or Bishop D3 is a move as well. But what we're seeing here, I think, in my opinion, Black should be taking, just doubling those pawns. Don't look back and play from there. And yeah, so I think this done a great job. I like Black's position here.
I mean, if you can say anything about White's position, it's he's got the bishop pair. He had a center. C5 is a really good move to break things apart, although
allows a check.
Yeah, I would say Bishop B5, and it's unpleasant to deal with. Knight D7 is like the wrong direction, and this you can maybe insert takes on D4. I don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe not here. Here, I don't even mind taking on C5, to be honest.
Twice, right?
Yeah, twice for sure. And then you could throw in,
I personally think F4. Bishop B5 and even Bishop A3 are interesting moves to throw in. So yeah, I don't know.
Like this. I would have played I would keep that bishop on. Like Bishop G3 would be maybe more interesting. And before you play Rook D1, play Bishop B5. Because you really want to try to punish, but I don't know. This is also, I guess, acceptable, but Black's going to play King E7, and then Rook D8, and then just trade everything. He's not up a piece, but somehow I feel like the end game is at least okay. Just because the knight has a really good square on F4, or E5, or anywhere. There's lots of good squares because those pawns on F3 and H2 are just not connected. They're not working with each other.
This looks pretty hopeless. That pawn structure is so solid. You are up a pawn as Black, and it's the higher rated player. You kind of expect a little bit of technique.
Yeah, I can't really imagine a good square to put that bishop, to be honest. It's generally like the rule of thumb that I always thought was that if you have pieces on the same side of the board, pawns on the same side of the board, the bishop is better than the knight or as good as the knight, but in this case it just looks quite bad.
Okay, so let's see how Ariya does. So it's not much, but I would definitely be playing A5 and then B4, because as Black, I would want to play A5 and B6 and just lock that in.
Yeah, I wonder what we're after here, because it's like, you can, that, but even...
Big fan of Knight G8 and H6, and then just repurposing the knight from there.
And the bishop has nowhere to go. All of the pawns for Black are just on light squares, meaning that there's nothing to do. So you can even win H7 here, but it's like almost completely irrelevant.
Yeah, the bishop will come back to E2. You'll win the pawn. To me, it's so unnecessary what Black has allowed. I think Victor's he's fighting the best way he knows how. Still, Black should be okay, but I would really be focusing on playing A5. As White, I would play A5 and B4. I think it's really key to put those pawns on light squares. I have ideas to win the position still as White.
Yeah, F4 and Bishop F3 should be pretty decent if we can get that in. As long as, you mentioned a5. Now, see, this is a good move, g5.
Yep.
Just stopping that from happening
Mm-hmm.
in the first place. So, white, you see g5 as white, you kind of get the sense that you missed an opportunity.
Like c4 is truly a horrid move.
Yes,
One of the
yes,
worst
yes.
I've seen. Because black really should put those pawns there.
Like bishop on t1. Ugh. Poof.
All right, there we go. I think that white could use the king and just go over to the b7 pawn, because this pawn's going to come through, but you can always sack for it. So I haven't given up on this position just yet.
I mean, and you've also, like, it's maybe slower, but you can go the other way too with the h pawn if you win that g pawn in the right circumstance. It's not over yet.
Here it comes, because e2, I'm not convinced just yet. Take the pawn. What are we waiting for?
Yeah, take on g5, e2, you take, you play h4, and then in the right moment, maybe you can play either, it's depending on how, c5, or if they take a5.
I think it's so important to play that move.
You have to play c5. Oh no, it's